Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out to an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the fire department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low-fiber, high-fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Ministry for Grand Bahama launches a new beautification project at the BAIC site. Plus, tragedy unfolding at a local fast food restaurant. And the search continues for a missing elderly man on Grand Bahama. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raven Davis, and it's a joy to have you in our company. Topping news tonight, the Ministry for Grand Bahama remains steadfast in its mission to transform Grand Bahama into the ultimate destination for events and entertainment within the Bahamas. Spearheaded by initiatives such as the ongoing Beautiful Grand Bahama project, initially launched as a 12-week program in April of 2022. The island's beautification efforts persist. Well, today marks the commencement of their latest endeavor at the BAIC site. Rumiko Knowles brings you the details in this report.
Beautiful Grand Bahama emerging as the driving force behind various restoration and community development projects across the island. From the restoration of the hurricane-ravaged Coconut Festival site to the reconstruction of cemeteries in West Grand Bahama and the establishment of memorials for Dorian victims in East Grand Bahama, the initiative has been instrumental in revitalizing. Additionally, partnerships with institutions like BTVI have facilitated initiatives such as registering individuals for trade certification programs. These efforts underscore the multifaceted approach of Beautiful Grand Bahama towards enhancing the island's prosperity and resilience.
That's a project that I'm
One of the things with Ill Ability's mission is to empower individuals to live life with limitless possibilities through positive interactions within communities worldwide.
There are many people around the world, able-bodied and differently able, who have doubts, who lack confidence, who aren't sure what
One of the things with Ill Ability's mission is to empower individuals to live life with limitless possibilities through positive interactions within communities worldwide.
There are many people around the world, able-bodied and differently able, who have doubts, who lack confidence, who aren't sure what they want to do with their lives, or don't think that they can do what they would like to do, what they dream of doing. And we try to show them that if you have a dream and you stop making excuses for yourself as to why you cannot or should not pursue your dream or your passion, there are no limits to what you can achieve.
Like when someone sees my dance, I want them to see the message that no matter what obstacles they're faced with, they can always find a way to do it their own way.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low-fiber, high-fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Ministry for Grand Bahama launches a new beautification project at the BAIC site. Plus, tragedy unfolding at a local fast food restaurant. And the search continues for a missing elderly man on Grand Bahama. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raven Davis, and we apologize for our technical difficulties earlier. Well, we will go back to our top story. The Ministry for Grand Bahama remains steadfast in its mission to transform Grand Bahama into the ultimate destination for events and entertainment within the Bahamas, spearheaded by initiatives such as the ongoing Beautiful Grand Bahama project, initially launched as a 12-week program in April of 2022. The island's beautification efforts persist. Well, today marks the commencement of their latest endeavor at the BAIC site. Rumiko Knowles brings you the details in this report.
Beautiful Grand Bahama emerging as the driving force behind various restoration and community development projects across the island. From the restoration of the hurricane-ravaged Coconut Festival site to the reconstruction of cemeteries in West Grand Bahama and the establishment of memorials for Dorian victims in East Grand Bahama, the initiative has been instrumental in revitalizing. Additionally, partnerships with institutions like BTVI have facilitated initiatives such as registering individuals for trade certification programs. These efforts underscore the multifaceted approach of Beautiful Grand Bahama towards enhancing the island's prosperity and resilience.
That's a project that I'm really, really proud of.
Wazan Smith, a supervisor closely involved with the Beautiful Grand Bahama initiative, expressing her profound satisfaction with a specific project.
I think our major accomplishment is the prop club.
The scope of Beautiful Grand Bahama's work extends to various other endeavors that include the transition of homes in Trip Circle, facilitating electricity installations for vendors at the farmers market, providing assistance in restorative efforts in East Grand Bahama following the devastation of Hurricane Dorian, and beautifying the Mermaid Pond. The commitment to these initiatives persists as team members remain dedicated to ongoing efforts.
Today we're renovating the BAIC premises, and this is going to be a cultural village in the near future. So what we did was we teared down the concession stand you see behind there, and now we built it back up. We're going to paint it, and then we're going to move inside the building and do some minor renovations in there.
Originally launching with a team of 100 individuals, the initiative has seen remarkable growth, with the current workforce now totaling approximately 350 individuals.
It's life-changing. It's life-changing. We had so much people that were homeless, so much people who didn't have identification. There was a lot of things that attached to this program that we helped. We got records expunged. Some people had no identification. We helped them now to have identification and a bank account. Something as simple as a bank account a lot of people didn't even have because they didn't have the proper documents to get it.
Christopher Stanford, an employee with the Beautiful Grand Bahama program, reflects on his journey since joining in 2022.
It's been a beautiful thing for the young men of Grand Bahama and for Grand Bahama at large. And it's been doing some tremendous stuff. The men them are involved, they're engaged, they're working, and it's an alternative from the average that men don't get to do. Feeling thankful for it because it's going to be a stepping stone, not only for myself, but for the young men, because they can now take what they learned and move it forward and learn more and put it to good use.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
In other news, tragedy unfolding at a local fast food restaurant earlier today on Grand Bahama as patrons rushed to help a man who collapsed and died a short time later. Our Shane Stubbs has been working this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Shane?
That's right, Raven. An unfortunate turn of events happening here at this local fast food restaurant. To my left is the area where a 60-year-old man would have collapsed and passed away. Now, patrons would have rushed to his aid, including his unsuspecting sister, who had no idea that it was her brother unresponsive on the floor. Tonight, she is grappling with the grim reality that unfolded before her eyes. It was a routine lunch stop for sister of the now deceased Kenrick Cartwright, also known as Pootie. Noticing police and managerial staff were outside the establishment, she originally believed a conflict was being resolved. That's when she got the shock of her life.
When I look and I glance, I saw it was Ken. So I was like, hold on. I said, that's my brother, let me see what's going on. The hardest thing I had to do was to pick up the phone and call his niece.
At about 2:18 p.m. was when his niece, Shanique Simonet, received the distressing and frantic call while at work.
I tried to ask her what's going on, and she wouldn't tell me. She said, just come now, it's Ken. When I pulled up, he was just there laying on the ground, eyes open.
It's especially a somber moment, as Simonet recalls frequently spending time with Cartwright over the past week, not knowing that it would be the final moments spent with her beloved uncle.
Breakfast, dinner, he used to come at me. I used to make sure he was straight. Sometimes he used to skip a few days, but for the last week, every single day. The last time he was by me was Sunday night.
Also an unnerving moment for the victim's grandnephew, Deshaun Sade, who arrived on the scene. He remembers Cartwright as one of his favorite relatives to bond with. As for his niece, she says despite his challenges, Cartwright was always known to be a warm-hearted individual.
So we used to talk about sports and, we used to get off all the time. When he passed, when he come by, he wasn't around a lot. But every time I see him, we would have a good time together.
Anybody who knows Pootie, Pootie is Pootie. You know, he's a nice guy. Like I say, despite his challenges, he's a very nice person. You know, easy to get along with. Anybody who come in contact with him, they just know Ken can always be Ken.
And Grant was especially grateful to everyone that leaped to assist.
I must commend the workers of Kentucky. They did a tremendous job. They didn't allow anybody to take any photos. And I just want to say thank you so much for the person who bought the food for him. We just wanted you to know we appreciate it.
Now, Raven, speaking with some of the workers, they did say that the victim did frequent the area. And as for police, they say this matter will remain under investigation and an autopsy will be done to determine the exact cause of death. Live for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Shane. Well, in a heart-wrenching plea for information, the friends and family of a beloved elderly man who's gone missing are desperately seeking any leads that could bring him back home safely. The man's sudden disappearance has sent shockwaves through those who knew him, and in an effort to mobilize support and spread awareness, wanted bulletins are being erected. Here's that report. This search is intensifying for 80-year-old Philip Stubbs, affectionately known as Big Mama, who vanished from his home on Candlefish Street in Freeport last evening. According to his wife, Maxine Stubbs, he left without his cell phone and hasn't been seen since. Central Grand Bahama Member of Parliament Iram Lewis explains.
We rallied the troop. We were on the ground last night in the Carnival Beach area, Bahama Terrace area. I went by the farm this morning looking for him, and so far, we have not been able to locate him, but we want to get the word out. That is important that we, as a community, come together. First thing this morning, I authorized my staff members to create a flyer because we want to use as much tools as possible.
Lewis disclosing that the missing man suffers from dementia and has a slight touch of diabetes. And when questioned about previous disappearances, here's what he had to say.
As I'm aware, this is his first time, but what's so ironic is that dementia is now prevalent in our community. Families are out there, they're under stress. So in this case, we're urging the public to do what you can to partner in this initiative.
Now, police have issued an official missing person bulletin describing the man as 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds, last seen around 3:30 p.m. on Monday, wearing long blue jeans, a red F&M shirt, and a red and white cap in the vicinity of Carvel Beach. And despite our attempts, family members declined to comment on this matter.
But under stress and duress, because you have your family members missing. And nowadays, you just can't take anything for granted. And we understand that they're under a lot of stress. And like I said, I want to ensure that I do my part, and I want to urge the whole community to do their part. And not only Mr. Stubbs. Anytime something like this happens, I think we should rally together as a community. We should band together, galvanize our efforts, so that we can give that person the best chance of being returned to their loved ones.
Meantime, police on Grand Bahama are busy investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a 27-year-old American female tourist. She was discovered unresponsive on a cruise ship en route to Grand Bahama on Monday, March 11th. Superintendent of Police Stephen Roll has the latest on this investigation.
Police received reports that a female passenger on board that cruise line was found to be unresponsive in her cabin. A team of medical personnel from the ship assisted and performed CPR, but there was no vital signs of life. During the initial investigation, officers also confiscated a quantity of suspected cocaine from the cabin, and a male American, aged 32 years, who traveled along with the victim from America, was taken into custody and is assisting the police with the investigation. As it relates to how long the victim was deceased on the ship, the autopsy will have to be done to determine the exact time of death.
Superintendent Roll sets the record straight as it relates to foul play, drug overdose, and who will face charges in connection with this matter.
As it relates to foul play being suspected or drug overdose suspected, once the doctor has completed their extensive autopsy, the media will be further updated as to the findings and the true cause of death. As it relates to how the drugs got on board the cruise line, at present, the police aren't able to say how that was made possible. However, it was discovered, and the police recovered that suspected drugs and took that male into custody, who's assisting with the investigation. And hopefully before the week is out, he will be before the court for possession of dangerous drugs.
Once again, this matter remains under active investigation by the Central Detective Unit. And still in news from police on Abaco have issued wanted bulletins for these men. Police say the search is on to question 33-year-old Ronel Ifedi, aka Ronel Jean of Murphytown, in connection with armed robbery. Jean stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, slim build, and dark brown complexion. Also, police officials are searching for 23-year-old Cusley Toussaint, aka Jack Boy of Hopetown, Abaco, who is also wanted in connection with armed robbery. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, is slim built with dark brown complexion. And Elric Jeantilis, aka Gerard, 27, is a resident of Central Pines, Abaco, and is also wanted. Police need to question him in connection with breach of bail. Gerard stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, is slim built and of dark brown complexion. And 21-year-old Stephen Sears of Hopetown, Abaco, is wanted in connection with unlawful sexual intercourse. Sears stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, medium build with dark brown complexion. Anyone spotting these men, please contact the Marsh Harbor Police Station at 367-2900 or 367-2560, CID at 502-9991, 502-9992, CID Grand Bahama at 350-3106, or download the P3 Tips app. In other news, international TikTok sensation and music artist Nilla Olin turned her Bahamian adventure into a hit single and is now including Bahamian artists from all over the country. Our Aja Quant sat with her, who says she loves authenticity and collaboration. Here's more in this report.
Nilla Olin, the rising TikTok artist known for turning her travels into music, recently visiting Nassau, where she received inspiration for her new single, Just Vibe, which captures the beauty of her Bahamian experience. With her growing reputation as a travel influencer and artist, Nilla initially started this trend in another country.
When I went to South Africa, did the open verse challenge, and everybody is hopping on the track, and it was a beautiful thing. So I was like, I really want to do that again with in the Bahamas and showcase the talent that's out there. See what they've come up with. See the collaboration come together.
Bahama rock, baby, yeah. Them 5 nights is my bed, enjoy her song swiftly going viral throughout the Bahamas, resonating with locals, particularly those in the music industry. Fueled by the overwhelming response, Nilla traveled to Nassau to shoot the music video, but once she returned back home in Los Angeles, the TikTok sensation started a challenge which Bahamian music artists swiftly dominated.
That ain't even Freeport. When it's the summertime, we're heading to Goombay. You love it so much, girl, I bet you gon' wanna stay. But don't take my word.
I thought it was just a challenge. Ooh. Until, me and Christina was talking about it. It was like, what about a remix? And we gotta get a Bahamian artist on the remix.
Now, what began as a celebration of Bahamian culture soon stirred controversy. Initially intended as a platform to spotlight Bahamian talent, the challenge took an unexpected turn when artists from other countries began participating. That sparked a backlash from some Bahamians who accused Nilla of diluting the authenticity of the initiative. However, it was her response that took some Bahamians aback.
And if Jamaica want to just vibe, baby, we can all just vibe.
Serious backlash ensued by many locals on social media who took exception to this response, while others supported the artist's stance. But Nilla makes it clear that it was never her intention to disrespect the Bahamian people.
I didn't know the sensitivity of the entire situation. So I absolutely had to go on there and apologize because I didn't know that it would offend so many people.
Amidst the controversy, Nilla expresses her deep affection for the Bahamas, highlighting her genuine appreciation for the country's musical talents and dedication to spotlighting them.
Since I'm always traveling, I was like, since I'm here anyways and I make music, why not highlight the underground talent and highlight the businesses and the content as well? You know, it's just, this is my experience in the Bahamas, and so many people have been reaching out saying that they're gonna, you know, come to the Bahamas from my content, whether it's birthday, honeymoon, and you know, there was people getting over their fear of flights to come to Nassau. I was like, oh my God, like that's so amazing to me.
Now, Nilla says that there may be more than 2 artists chosen from the Bahamas that participated in the challenge to be featured in her new hit single, Just Vibe. She also dishes out that the announcement should be forthcoming on her TikTok very soon. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Great story, Azure. Well, stay with us to check on your local weather forecast when we return.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
New Life Worship Center, in collaboration with One Bahamas and Volunteer Bahamas, presents a night of honor, honoring 4 outstanding recording artists. Bishop Washington Williams, Mr. J. Mitchell, Mr. Wilfred Solomon, and Mr. Phil Stubbs. Under the distinguished patronage of His Excellency Sir Cornelius and Lady Smith, you don't want to miss a night of honor happening March 17th at 6 p.m. at New Life Worship Center. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. You don't want to miss it.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Well, due to technical difficulties earlier, we are unable to broadcast tonight's sports package. However, Jay Philippe will have the latest in tomorrow's news. And now here's a look at the weather forecast sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Celebrate Easter weekend at Portobello's restaurant by the Grand Lacayan. Children 5 to 12 years are half price, and children under 5 eat free. Dinner buffet on Good Friday, and all you can eat Easter Sunday brunch. See you there.
Have questions for Grand Bahama Power Company? Get insights and answers to the power concern every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in and power up your knowledge with Ask GBPC.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Renata Grant, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you so much for always watching. And that is going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire Northern Edition team, I'm Raven Davis. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Tonight, the national report, Haiti's prime minister resigns. The country's murder count climbs. RBC responds to scamming woes. And in sports, possible Bahamian connection in Philly. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks so much for tuning in. We begin tonight with a turn of events in Haiti. The country's embattled leader is now gone, and a transition is in place to restore normalcy to the region's most impoverished country. Altaviz Munnings leads us off tonight with the latest CARICOM announcement. Good evening, Altaviz.
Good evening, LaDawn, and good evening, Bahamas. The resignation of Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry jumpstarts the establishment of a transitional presidential council, which is expected to create a new path to governance in Haiti. Now, the group will comprise 7 voting members and 2 non-voting observers, including representatives from a number of political coalitions, the business sector, civil society, and a religious leader. The council will exercise specified presidential authorities during the transition, operating by majority vote. CARICOM Chairman and President of Guyana, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, revealing specific details at the end of high-level talks in Kingston, Jamaica on Monday, noting that the arrangements expected to lead a peaceful transition of power, an action plan for near-term security, and the road to free and fair elections in Haiti.
The Transitional Presidential Council will swiftly select and appoint an interim Prime Minister. The Transitional Presidential Council will, together with the interim Prime Minister, appoint an inclusive Council of Ministers. The Transitional Presidential Council will hold the relevant and possible powers of the Haitian presidency during the transition period until an elected government is established.
And this new transitional presidential council comes right on time for Haiti, as international reports state the country has lacked elected representatives since early 2023, and its next elections will be the first since 2016. The council, though, does have its exceptions to membership. Anyone who is currently on a charge, indictment, or has been convicted in any jurisdiction. Anyone under United Nations sanctions. Anyone who intends to run in the next election in Haiti. And anyone who opposes UN Security Council Resolution 2699. Keep in mind, though, that those chosen to serve on the council have the authority to co-sign orders and decrees, establish a provisional electoral council and a national security council, arrange a peaceful transition, ensure continuity of governance, and to continue collaboration with the international community. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken said earlier on Monday the U.S. would contribute an additional $100 million to this force and $33 million in humanitarian aid, bringing the U.S.'s total pledge to the force to $300 million. This adds to even more funding from Canada. Now, with this plan in place, CARICOM implores Haitian participants to fully implement their commitments.
Haitians deserve a country where children can go to school and their parents know they will be safe. We commend the willingness and courage of Haitian stakeholders to commit to put Haiti back on a path towards democracy, stability, and prosperity. With a framework in place that illuminates a path forward, it is incumbent upon all Haitians to give the agreement a chance to work. And we implore all parties, all stakeholders, all Haitians to be patient.
CARICOM leaders also credit the work of the Eminent Persons Group that comprises former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, former Jamaican Prime Minister, the Honorable Bruce Golding, and former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. the Honorable Kenny D. Anthony, for these results. CARICOM Chairman Ali underscored that this is the only sustainable path to a future of strong democratic institutions, peaceful resolution of conflict, and security and prosperity for all Haitians. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Back to you, Ladon.
Thanks a lot, Alto. Well, ZNS News also contacted Charge d'Affaires at the Bahamas Embassy in Haiti, Captain Godfrey Roll, about the turn of events on the ground in Haiti.
I've not heard since the Prime Minister's announcement of his resignation. I've not heard or seen any major overt celebration because of that. I'm sure if you speak to the ordinary man on the street, I think the majority of them will say that they're happy that he is gone. But there's been no major celebration that I would have seen or heard of. I think the people are all still in a wait-and-see mode.
Now, when it comes to the operations at the Bahamian Embassy in Haiti, Captain Roll says staff are still working from home, especially during times of demonstrations or related gang activity. According to Roll, Haitian gangs remain convinced that a solution to ongoing chaos should be Haitian-led. However, questions remain if those gangs are still of that view.
Perhaps for selfish reasons, perhaps because I don't know that they were involved in any way in the outcome of discussions before. I'm sure they weren't. So I'm not sure that the people who can cause the most havoc feel that it was a Haitian-led solution. But I can tell you that every opportunity was taken by the CARICOM group to encourage Haitian stakeholders to come to consensus.
The Defense Forces Southern Blockade seems to be working as 107 Haitian migrants were apprehended in waters near Matthewtown in Agua. The Defense Forces HMBS Kamelami safely transported the 89 men, 17 women, and 1 child to Inagua authorities. The Royal Bahamas Defense Forces initiative focuses on patrolling overlapping zones, the northern coast of Haiti, the Old Bahama Channel, and the Windward Passage to deter and intercept unauthorized entry attempts. In a separate operation, another 140 Haitian migrants were apprehended in waters near the Turks and Caicos Islands. The HMBS Bahamas spotted the blue and red wooden sailing vessel on Waikiki shortly after 10 p.m. on Sunday with 121 men and 19 women on board. The group was transported to the South Dock in Providenciales, where they will be turned over to immigration officials for further processing. This latest interdiction highlights the effectiveness of the Defense Forces Southern Blockade and a bilateral law enforcement memorandum of understanding between the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. And still to come, the Street Smart 242 app officially launched. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
The Church of God of Prophecy will embark in Conclave 2024 under the theme Go Forward from March 13th through 17th. This gathering of the saints will begin on Wednesday night with the charge to the nation by Bishop Dr. Franklin Ferguson. On Friday night, there will be a sacred service of ordination for 6 candidates for the bishopric. At 2 p.m. on Sunday, March 17th, there will be a baptismal parade and Bishop Tim Coulter, the presiding bishop, will preach in the final service of Conclave 2024. It's going to be a grand celebration. Come expecting miracles. See you at Conclave 2024.
Incredible. It combines 2 unique styles and has a base with an exquisite texture. So delicious.
A cheddar cheese base and a talking painting. Very unexpected.
Try an unexpected combination. Very unexpected. The new Slices and Sticks. Cheesy cheddar, pepperoni, cheese sticks, and a delicious cheddar cheese base. Only available at Little Caesars. Order your Slices and Sticks today at any of our locations. Prince Charles in the One East Plaza, Oaksfield Shopping Plaza, Carmichael Road, East Street South in the Pineapple Plaza, and the Charles Sanders Highway.
Pizza. A big day for the Nassau Cruise Port. Devontae Hanna joins us live with the details. Good evening, Devontae.
Well, Dawn, you're looking at the aftermath of what would have been a busy day, or some would say a storm of tourism arrivals here in downtown Nassau. There were 7 cruise ships that were in port at the Nassau Cruise Port. A historic day. It's the first that has ever happened, and as you can tell, I am pretty excited about it, and people all across downtown Nassau were also excited about it. Now, there would have been some issues that people say could have affected tourist arrivals here in country, but today's numbers undoubtedly gave us a new look at what is to come in the next few weeks and months.
So to have 7 ships in, I think that speaks to the fact that our tourism product is still in demand.
20,000 cruise passengers arriving to the shores of the capital Tuesday, making for a historic day at the Nassau Cruise Port.
We have a large number of people just fluttering from behind us. You see what we call the breezeway, where you have tourists coming on and off the ships. This morning, it was massive. You could barely move because you had so many people actually coming off.
It comes following concerns over crime in the Bahamas that has seemingly slowed down, according to officials. However, it has still created red tape for those visiting the country. Ultimately, though, those that came off the ship agreed that the Bahamas is still a safe place.
Because I think so much of it probably just depends on your own wits and, being aware and staying safe. So, yeah, coming from a place where we have mass shootings where you can get, your kids can get shot at in school.
You feel perfectly
fine? This feels very safe, yeah.
It's tourists like Sonia and her daughter who are spending big bucks with vendors and enjoying the culture and the cuisine of the Bahamas.
Man, it's been tremendous, man. Business being booming. Due to the ships coming in like 5 and 6 and 7. Actually, we have 7 today. So the ambience is really good. The tourists like it. They're welcoming. And then they patronize everybody, every stall here, yeah.
Cruise port officials are confident that whether it be getting their braids done or a daiquiri at the port for visitors, tourism is everyone's business.
Do want them to enjoy the port. A lot of money has been put into the port for them to enjoy it, and we want to provide them an authentically Bahamian experience, yes, but our move is still to help them go into downtown Nassau because everybody should get a piece of the tour.
Now, as it relates to the financial injection into the Nassau cruise port itself, officials say that those figures will be released in just a few short months. But of course, tomorrow is expected to be another busy day. There are 5 ships that are expected to be in port tomorrow and the day after, until the excitement will continue to spur over the next few days. So, reporting from the Nassau cruise port in beautiful downtown Nassau, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Anna. Back to you, LaDon.
Thanks a lot, Devontae. Well, the transformation of downtown Nassau continues. Just yesterday, a new digital guide to experience the Bahamas was launched at the cruise port with promises of a new bird's-eye view of things to do right here in paradise. Here's Lloyd Allen.
The app is called Street Smart 242. It's one of the newest components to enhance tourism here in the country, supported by the Tourism Development Corporation.
At the TDC, we're pleased to announce that Street Smart is going to be one of our resident entrepreneurs in our upcoming incubator center.
Tourism Development Corporation Chairman Rafiq Simonet says the launch of this new app aligns with the vision of the TDC to grow the Bahamian digital tourism market.
They provide tourism entrepreneurs with the access to cutting-edge digital infrastructure as well as marketing and PR initiatives, and connecting key markets such as this cruise port, Airbnbs, and hotels alike.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, also highlighting Street Smart as a part of a growing sector in tourism.
Street Smart is the type of innovation we encourage in Innovate 242, an initiative designed and launched by the Cabinet of the Bahamas that I co-chair along with the Minister for Grand Bahama to drive and encourage innovation and growth in the technology industry.
Developers Aaron and Edgar Hanner say their drive behind creating the app was to make the Bahamian experience more accessible for visitors.
We wanted to make it easy and convenient for visitors coming to the Bahamas to find those experiences. And what we're more excited about is that not only can you find those traditional tours like fishing and the boat charters, we also have those non-traditional options like yoga on the beach, paint and sip on the beach.
You can communicate directly with vendors, send pictures, receive offers. You can also purchase data within the app. So we have an eSIM data-only plan that you can purchase, not just for the Bahamas, but it covers 24 countries as well.
Tropics on the Bay is one of several vendors featured on the app, with owner Gramika Russell saying it's a win-win for all.
We're a diverse restaurant. We have a good local crowd. What our hopes is to attract more tourists to our business.
Even visitors say they look forward to the Street Smart experience.
She likes to plan everything, and we came here, we don't know where to go, so we have to ask everybody here which beach is the best or more beautiful, more quiet.
It wouldn't be just the cruise things to do. It would be more maybe local things if it's the locals that doing it.
Street Smart 242 is also among a number of new businesses set to be a part of the government's Small Business Incubation Program. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Environment and Natural Resources Minister, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, stood on the floor of Parliament Monday to criticize cruise liners for what he brands as fear-mongering passengers about crime here in the Bahamas. His comments came following a social media video that went viral of cruise passengers in Grand Bahama citing some of the warnings other cruise passengers gave before disembarking the vessel. Minister Miller assures Bahamians that the government will always stand up to big businesses who exploit our natural resources.
And I'm certain, have every confidence, that those ships who are now engaging in distortion and disinformation and fear-mongering, they will come to understand, if they have not already been made to understand, that if passengers are discouraged from coming on shore in the Bahamas, they will find themselves as cruise ships not welcomed and seeking other ports.
Your budget now on the way to the Senate after being passed in the House of Assembly yesterday. Parliamentarians provided the country with an update on their respective ministries and government agencies. In wrapping up the debate Monday afternoon, government leader in the House and National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, touted that the Davis administration's intention is to always be good stewards of the public purse. The Bahamas National Statistical Institute is hosting a 3-day capacity building workshop and an environment and climate change indicator seminar at its Madeira Street office. The seminar is being facilitated through CARICOM with participants from several government agencies. The Institute's managing director is Narissa Gibson.
The aim of the overall project is to reinforce the capacity of national statistical offices, NSOs, to consistently produce environment and climate change statistics according to regional and international standards, and to strengthen the collaboration between NSOs and its stakeholders, which you are, to better enable the production of environment and climate change statistics. At the recent 55th session of the United Nations Statistical Commission meeting in New York, the Commission renamed the Expert Group on Environment Statistics to the Expert Group on Environment and Climate Change Statistics, recognizing the interrelatedness between environment statistics and climate change statistics.
Minister for the Environment, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, who officially opened the workshop, highlights the numerous ways the country is being impacted by climate change, from changes in temperature to extreme storms. He adds that disasters like Hurricane Dorian led to extreme loss of biodiversity, noting that the Bahamas has the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world and the greatest concentration of blue hills on Andros, or resources that could be under threat due to climate change.
Next 10 years. They could be, will be in jeopardy. Fora like this are critical as they help us to take a serious look at the human and technical capacity that we have as a nation and conduct an assessment of where we need to be to remain a viable nation. The government has a duty to prepare its citizens for the potential negative impacts and opportunities that climate change may present. Relevant statistical data is integral to be able to do this without creating panic.
We still have more news to come, but Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports. Amajal?
And coming up in sports, a possible Bahamian connection in Philly, and the Temple Christian Sons celebrating the 3rd place finish. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights, a symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you? We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, crochet hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources is gearing up to bring back its agricultural expo for the first time in 5 years. Minister Jomo Campbell made the announcement on Monday and adds that this event marks yet another milestone in the country's journey to transforming our food systems and promoting sustainable agriculture.
The Agri-Expo, which will be held at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Center on April the 12th to the 13th, is not just a showcase of the latest agricultural advancements, but it is also a platform for collaboration, innovation, and growth in our agriculture and marine sectors. Through this expo, we aim to connect farmers with markets, promote value-added products, artisans, and foster agribusiness entrepreneurship in the Bahamas.
Minister Campbell adds that one can expect to see the full extent of what Bahamians can achieve in these sectors,
such as latest practices, local produce from key family islands, ornamental plants, sustainable packaging, handicrafts, local body products, a culinary division with fairs competitions. I promise you that. Such as the Battle of the Islands, where representatives from all over the Bahamas will face off to determine whose island recipes are the best. Animal husbandry demonstrations will also be taking place, and of course, educational and information workshops on soil management strategies and backyard farming.
There's also a lot of fun lined up for the kids.
There will also be a kiddie corner featuring educational and fun events, spectacular music performances, and mouth-watering Bahamian dishes and drinks. I'm looking forward to some of that gully wash myself.
Ultimately, there will be something for everyone at this year's Agri-Expo.
This is a chance for us all to come together as a community, to share experiences and collaborate on building a more resilient and thriving agri-food system in the Bahamas, to meet our regional goal of reducing our food import bill by 25% by the year 2025. We will make strides towards creating more prosperous and sustainable farmers, consumers, and environment. This is the right platform for farmers, producers, distributors, retailers, and consumers to come together and discuss challenges, opportunities, and solutions for the future of food production in the Bahamas.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
A police constable is in custody after he was reportedly found in possession of an unlicensed firearm and ammunition. Authorities confirmed that an off-duty police officer observed the constable brandishing a firearm at a business establishment on Cowpen Road shortly before 1 o'clock this morning. The off-duty officer reported that the constable, which resulted in the junior officer, who was on extended sick leave at the time, to be arrested and the .45 pistol with ammunition confiscated. As police are aggressively investigating this incident, they assure the public of their commitment to enforcing the country's laws. Police also investigating a fatal shooting which claimed the life of a 45-year-old man in Montel Heights last evening. When officers arrived on the scene in the area of Ackle Close following reports of gunshots, they found a man unresponsive lying outside a white Japanese model vehicle, suffering from apparent gunshot injuries to the upper body. Now, according to reports, a lone gunman dressed in dark clothing approached and shot the victim multiple times. EMS personnel were called in but determined that the man had died. Investigations continue. Police need your help in locating the following men wanted for questioning in a number of matters. The first is 33-year-old Ronell Ifody, also known as Ronell Jean. His last known address is Murphytown, Abaco. He's wanted for questioning related to an armed robbery. Ronell Jean is described as 5 feet 8 inches with a slim build and of a dark brown complexion. Also wanted for questioning related to armed robbery is 23-year-old Cusley Toussaint, also known as Jack Boy of Abaco. His last known address is Hopetown. Toussaint is described as 5 feet 9 inches, of slim build and a dark brown complexion. The third Abaco resident wanted is 27-year-old Eldrick Jontalis, also known as Gerard. He is wanted for breach of bail. The Central Pines resident is described as dark brown with a heavy build and 5 feet 11 inches. And rounding up the 4 wanted men is Stephen Saya, also of Abaco. The 21-year-old is wanted for questioning for unlawful sexual intercourse. The Hopetown resident is described as 5 feet 7 inches with a dark brown complexion and medium build. Anyone with information on these wanted men is asked to contact police at the Marsh Harbor Police Station in Abaco at telephone number 367-2900 and 367-2650, CID here in the capital at 502-9991, or CID over in Grand Bahama at 502-3106. RBC issuing an apology to its clients on Monday after they took to social media complaining that their accounts were reportedly debited more than once for one transaction. One Facebook post advised other RBC account holders to check with RBC, claiming that RBC's system appeared to have a glitch after being double debited. In a response, RBC noted that they experienced a technical issue on March 7th, resulting in some client transactions being duplicated. Our teams are continuing to work diligently to reverse duplicated transactions and reflect accurate account balances as quickly as possible. The 4th Women and Girls HIV and AIDS Empowerment Seminar taking center stage today. Junior high school students were among the diverse group. There were presentations about HIV and AIDS prevention and treatment and free testing. Denise Major from the Empowerment Group put it all together.
So HIV is no longer a death sentence. You can live a healthy, normal life with HIV. So the aim is to prevent persons from contracting the virus, as well as teaching others how to live healthily with the virus.
Senate Vice President Barry Griffin applauded the event and called on the youngsters to continue to educate themselves about HIV and AIDS.
Because the reality is there are many sexual health diseases out there, but HIV and AIDS is the one that does not go away. When you contract it, you have it for the rest of your life.
Chronic kidney disease is one of the leading causes of death among Bahamians. This month, we're hoping to raise awareness about this disease that most doctors agree could be treated and managed if patients would get tested sooner. Dr. LeVard Roberts is the Executive Medical Director of the Bahamas Kidney Association, and he says there are ways to slow down the disease's process.
The place where we need to start is truly prevention. With prevention, I think we can catch it early protect and actually reverse a lot of these kidney diseases that we see at the too late stages. Prevention is key. We start with just annual follow-ups. Once you see your doctor regularly and those tests are done, whether it be the blood and the urine test, that way we can catch diseases early, get you on the right medications, as well as detect conditions that need to be controlled that actually cause kidney disease.
Dr. Roberts says a number of factors could increase risk of developing kidney disease, and he cautions that early detection could save your life.
Two top causes being hypertension and diabetes, but also here we have a lot of genetic components. You have families with polycystic kidney disease or different genetic problems that actually cause kidney failure in itself. And if we could find these out early, we can actually detect and have the whole family tested and get ready for prevention as well as control of the disease.
And still to come, our feature story of the night, St. Gregory's celebrates its Golden Jubilee. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
For more than 30 years, the Bahamas Bridal Show has prepared thousands of brides and grooms for the walk down the aisles. On Sunday, April 7th, that tradition continues when the Grand Ballroom at Bahama is transformed into the ultimate wedding experience, featuring a fashion show by Buttons Bridal and Formal Wear, $30,000 in prizes, savings on wedding expenses, and the most wonderful displays you'll ever see. Tickets $60. Call 327-8896 or visit bahamasevents.net for details.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
To make their own food and dishes will participate in an event hosted by the Bahamas Agriculture and Industrial Corporation next month. Taste and Tell will bring more than 60 local food processors together for what is being built as a one-of-a-kind culinary experience showcasing Bahamian talent. BAIC Executive Chairman Leroy Major announced the event during the recent press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister.
Well, Taste and Tell is an event for our food processors, where we showcase them, let the Bahamians know exactly what we could do in this country. At Taste and Tell, we invite hoteliers, restaurant owners, retailers, and the general public to come and see what the Bahamian people could make.
Taste and Tell will take place April 21st at Our Key. Major also using the opportunity to again invite Bahamians to take full advantage of the economic opportunities available through BAIC.
BAIC, like I said, is a one-stop shop. You come with an idea in your head, we could put the idea on a piece of paper, and we could bring that to reality. We have the resources, and we are there to ensure that you, the Bahamian people, are beneficiary of your economy.
And it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. We have just a few clouds floating around outside of our studio. Temperature comfortable, 72 degrees. Relative humidity at 68%. Easterly winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure of 1,019.4 millibars. That's 30.10 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 71 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green, Tulkey, and Marshall, Babaco, the Berry Islands, 71 degrees, 74 in Alistown, Bimini, 71 again in Harbour Island and Rock Sandy, Lutra, Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 73 degrees, 75 in Kemp Space, South Andros, and Black Point, Exuma, Alderstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey at 72 degrees, a bit warmer in Georgetown, Exuma, 77 degrees there, 77 extends into Rygat Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands. Matthew Tiny Nagua, the warm spot tonight at 81 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 78 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Peen Center in the northwest and central islands tonight, right through Thursday. This is how things are going to shape up. Southeasterly flow, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet with no caution flags in place. High tide takes place at 10:35 tonight. Another high tide will occur at 10:54 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast bombers, also through Thursday, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, and as such, we ask the small boaters in the southeast bombers to exercise caution. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Yet I stay on guard. I protect their yard. They hardly feed me. Sometimes I'm so thirsty. They say I ain't got no pedigree. They don't love me. They only know me when they need me. They don't love me. They only know me when they need me. They tie me out in the bird.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Williams back with a special promotion for BahamasAir.com and GoGo Florida. The $100 deposit is back, but it's only on your debit card. So whether you're renting that sedan, SUV, or spacious minivan for group or family trips, keep your cash in your pocket. Only Dollar Thrifty is making it convenient for you. Your $100 deposit held on your debit card. Available at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Book your 8-passenger minivan for Easter and save.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your sports on this Tuesday, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports and news from the NBA. A possible Bahamian connection in the works over in the city of brotherly love. It was revealed by NBA insider Shams Charania over the weekend. Bahamian professional basketball player Kai Jones is set to work out and meet with representatives of the Philadelphia 76ers over the coming week. Of course, Philly, the new home of Bahamian basketball star and ambassador Buddy Hield. Charlotte waived Jones in October following a series of concerning off-the-court incidents. Jones recently competed for the Bahamas in the most recent window of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers, averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds. In college basketball news, facing off against number 2 seeded LSU in its second meeting of the season, Colette Matthew McQueen and her Ole Miss Lady Rebels could not complete the comeback against the 8th-ranked Tigers in the SEC tournament semifinals, falling 75-67 on Saturday. Although Ole Miss players Markeisha Davis and Madison Scott pieced together 20-point games, Rebels could not slow down the defending national champions in LSU and make their second comeback.
We take our wins together, we take our losses together. I wish I could have a couple plays back. I would have done some things differently, but we'll rest up and go home and get ready for the tournament, NCAA tournament.
In track and field news, Bahamian collegiate athlete Denisha Cartwright winning the championship in the 60-meter hurdles to lead Minnesota State to a third-place finish at the NCAA Division II Indoor Championships over the weekend. The Mavericks scored 49 points for their 4th straight top-5 finish at the national meet. Cartwright, the 3-time national champion who set the meet record of 8 seconds in the 60 hurdle prelims, took first in 8.04 seconds. Cartwright also finished second in the 60-meter dash in 7.98 and 4th in the 200 dash in 23.63. Cartwright is now a 14-time All-American and 5-time national champion for indoor track and field. And still on track, they might have finished 3rd at this year's BAISS Track and Field Championships, but that's not stopping the celebrations and festivities for the Temple Christian Sons, who emerged as a major player in the local private school track athletic scene. Our Charles Fisher has more in this report.
They were celebrating on the campus of Temple Christian Monday morning as if they had won the BAISS Track and Field Championship. A 3rd-place finish overall behind rivals, the Big Red Machine of Sac and the Commerce of Queens College, brought Coach Kenya Kalma joy.
In my eyesight, I see us as winners because as a small school, you know, last year I think we had a total of 400 and something points, but this year we had over 100 points. So in my eyesight, that's a phenomenal job. I am so pleased with Temple Christian High School, all our administrators, for allowing this event to happen today so that we can show gratitude to each one of our students, because our students, they did not only compete, they fought for each position, and I'm extremely proud of them. Some of them even broke the BAISS record. One in particular, Tiana Ferguson, he qualified for the Carifta Games. We had a total of 10 gold medals, and you know what? I'm grateful as a coach.
As for next year?
Well, for next year, we're looking forward to decreasing the gap between 2nd and 3rd. So if we could, we scored 530 points. If we could score 630 points, we'll be proud of that for next year.
School's principal, Reverend Perry Cunningham, he was overjoyed.
This is a tremendous opportunity to celebrate, to accentuate the achievement of our students. I've been here a little over 11 years, and I've never seen anything like this. Not only that we came 3rd in the competition, but records broken, some who qualifying for Carifta, This is just a fantastic opportunity for Temple Christian School to move forward. I am excited about this thing. We won, you know, in a sense we won. We went beyond expectation. And anytime you go beyond your expectation, that's a win for sure. We're not taking anything from those first and second, but for Temple Christian School to get 100 points, more than we got last year, and with the hope that next year we could add another 100 or 200 points with more athletes. This school is poised for greatness.
Who says winners have to come first? A win here for the Temple Christian Sons, third overall in the BAISS Track and Field Championships. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And that's all the time we have for you for sports on this Tuesday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your life.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
You see on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, and programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcasted by this television station. The code is available on IRCA's website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
For generations, Bahamians, visitors, and international customers have enjoyed the luscious taste of the Bahamian spiny lobster. The spiny lobster is the most lucrative marine resource in the Bahamas that supports a profitable fishing industry, generating millions of dollars annually and providing employment for thousands of Bahamians. Though the lobster fishery seems stable, threats impacting this fishery still exist, including illegal harvesting of undersized lobsters and harvesting during the close season. To address some of these threats impacting lobster populations, a lobster fishery improvement project is being implemented. In order to sustain the country's lobster populations and secure Bahamian livelihoods, all stakeholders must work together and participate in efforts such as the Lobster Fishery Improvement Project to help better manage our fishery.
I would like to encourage all Bahamian stakeholders to promote and support legal harvesting and purchasing of lobsters. If we expect to benefit from our marine resources well into the future, we must take action now and make the necessary changes to protect our way of life.
I think all Bahamians should support the Fisheries Improvement Project. It helps to strengthen the management process for our fisheries.
Riding a motorcycle requires a heightened sense of awareness, strength, and better coordination than driving a car. It also involves increased risks and more maneuvering skills. Motorcycles are not as easily seen as a car or trucks. Other motorists, particularly those who don't ride a motorcycle, may not be looking for motorcycles in traffic. This places the motorcyclists at risk, particularly at intersections. Here are a few tips supplied by the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ensure a safer ride. Always ensure that all persons are equipped with fitting helmets and other motorcycle safety gear like effective eyewear. Ensure that the motorcycle is licensed and insured and both license plates are properly secure on both front and back. Do not pop motorcycles, especially when on a busy road or intersection. It impairs your line of sight and your ability to swerve will be delayed. Be alert when riding and be mindful of road conditions, especially when overtaking. Always inspect your motorcycle before every ride to ensure your vehicle is fully operational, especially tires and braking systems. Be sure to be well informed about bike hand signals and other safety procedures. Along with this freedom comes responsibility, but all the risks involved can be managed through training and education. Let us drive safe and share the road. I am Corporal 3599 Camille Johnson, reminding you that safety is everyone's responsibility.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is parking road, but you ain't even know where to park. Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park, just don't park on the gas spot. Yeah, that's on the gas spot. No, man, you can't park on the gas spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. On the gas spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way park here, I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bar big broke, and he got a sticker inside that say this mod though. We gotta move. This is on the gas spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't we can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
The internet is an essential tool for children and adults. It can be used to research school reports, communicate with teachers, and play interactive games. But online access also comes with risks, such as inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and online predators. Here are a few safety tips to help keep you and your children safe. Do not post too much personal information such as home addresses and phone numbers. Keep your privacy settings on and practice safe browsing to ensure children don't go on any inappropriate sites. Be careful about posting pictures or your whereabouts when going on vacation. Always know your child's passwords for email addresses and social media sites. Be sure to have your house computer in a common area where it can be easily monitored. Have conversations with them to make sure they aren't scheduled and meet up with new people. Online safety is just as important for children as it is for adults. Not only are children more vulnerable to financial and identity scams, but they are also at risk of encountering inappropriate and potentially disturbing content. I am Police Cadet 80 Jamara Road, reminding you that safety is everybody's business. So let us do our part and continue to create safer communities.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at the weather, weakening high pressure system across the Bahamas will lead to a reduction in the winds over the northwest and central parts of the country, save for the southeast Bahamas, where we'll keep caution flags in place through Thursday. Tonight, though, we are looking at this partly cloudy to near clear skies, temperature getting down to about 69 degrees, and tomorrow is going to be a pretty nice day again, shaping up with lots of sunshine in the forecast. High temperature getting up to about 78 degrees. And the extended weather forecast for the next several days, well, we're going to have those beautiful weather conditions throughout the next 7 days with lots of sunshine during the daytime, but a warming trend will become in place over the next day or two, and that will carry us through the weekend, where we'll see temperatures getting up into the 80s during the daytime and those nighttime temperatures back in the low 70s. LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, from humble beginnings comes great things. The St. Gregory the Great Anglican Church embodies this statement after it was established 50 years ago today on March 12, 1974. The parish's first service took place in the home of some of its members and has grown to its current site on Carmichael Road. While celebrating this milestone, the church held an exhibition at the mall at Marathon this past Saturday.
The church started with some 7 members. At that very first meeting and mass that was celebrated by Bishop Eldon, assisted by then Archdeacon Merlo Bonamy, and 7 members from the community led by Patrick Evans, and I don't remember all the names, but it was 7 persons. And that has now grown into the hundreds, and yeah, about 600 persons right now on register. We don't see all 600 on a Sunday.
Elder of St. Gregory the Great, Samuel Cumberbatch, says he has been a member of the church for 49 years, and is honored to have had the opportunity to witness the growth process in its entirety.
And we are the embodiment of the real church process in terms of its establishment, its building, its presence. We come from a traditional lifetime of service from the very first beginning, okay? See, St. Gregory came out of the Christ the King, which is in Ridgeland Park. And we continue to embrace the growth, and we have now become a major church inside and outside of the real, islands or island.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. The National Report from all of us here at ZNS. I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the people.